look at the cards of Kung Fu Panda Battle Destiny. We stopped at Split Hairs to give everybody a break from this stream, and we're going to continue on. We got a long way to go, and then we're going to look at each individual master as well. So it's a big stream. So here we go. The next one is Steelsmith. Your equipped warriors gain +1/+1. Really good card for equipment deck. And there's some creatures in there like the goose and the silver spoon rabbit that you can put in there. They automatically come with equipment, so it's good synergy for cards that already have equipment. It's very solid to build an equipment deck. Almost you need to include one. Archivist is one of these cards that should be included in almost every deck if you're just starting, because it comes with a set and it's a great card. If you're just starting, you have to have 2 of these in your deck. The Enforcer, all equipped warriors have -2/-2. It's anti-equipment. It's a 5-cost 5/5. I mean, it's solid, but I would prefer the Archivist right next to it. The Scavenger destroy enemy equipment is pretty situational. 5-cost 3/5. It's not worth it because you can get a 3-cost 3/5 from Cold Tooth, and I mean it could be solid, but I don't know. You really have to be wanting to play anti-equipment to make this work. The Tactician, equip adjacent warriors with a +1 health paper shield, so you could play this if you have 2 creatures on the board and they get a +1 health paper shield. Play the Steelsmith right after it, and basically you're adding +2/+1 to 2 different characters next to these other 2. Both of them can attack, or the Steelsmith can attack right off the bat. So, you know, it's turn 10 though, so you're waiting to take a benefit of that one. Timekeeper, if your opponent has an equipment warrior, gain +2/+2 anti-equipment. It's pretty solid, but I'd rather this one. This one should be in all of your decks right off the bat. It has Swift and Strength. If you need to craft it, this is one of those ones. There haven't been many that I said you need to craft this card. This is definitely one of those ones you need to craft this card. It is that good. It gives you offense and defense in the same card. That's hard to beat. This is one of the best cards in the set, hands down. This one, Butterfingers, Bunny Bowman, these are just cards that you have to include in your set when you get them, and Cold Tooth. They just make your deck good. Assistant Alchemist is definitely an include for early decks, but you should weed it out and put this 4/7 in its place as soon as you get the chance. Big Boss, a great legendary name and a great legendary. Meditate, kick off, stun an enemy guard with guard. If it has an equipment, steal it first. It's great. It's great. If they're playing a big, it's so situational. It's like if there's a guy that has a equipped guard creature, this is the card for you. But it's so specific and so limited what it is. Otherwise, it's a 6-cost 5/5 with Meditate. I'd rather have a 5-cost 5/6 without Meditate, the Archivist. So, it's not the best, but it's a solid card. I think there's better. It's so situational. This card, however, is amazing, and it is beyond awesome. This card doesn't have to wait. It comes out as a 6/4, which is huge. And if that was all, it would still be pretty good. But what makes it beyond ridiculous is when it dies, it summons a 4/6 with Swift. I mean, so you could, let's say they have a big creature on the board that's giving you trouble. You run this into it, you destroy that big creature, you still have a 4/6 on the board, you can attack again, becomes a 4/4 in guard. That is a phenomenal legendary card. This is one of the top 3 or 4 legendaries in the set, bar none. I don't care what you say. Zay Spy so far and Commander Vashir are ridiculously good. Master Flying Rhino, I think, deserves honorable mention up there. Elegant Elephant. At the start of your turn, gain +2 strength. That's pretty good. It's a card that keeps on getting stronger. People need to pay attention to that. At the start of your turn, gain +2 strength. In other words, this 4/8. 8 is hard to get rid of on turn 6. This 8 card, when you get to play next, when you get to find user, she's going to be a 6/8. Underutilized card. Because they see 4/8. That's not too good, but it's a 6/8 really. Great Fortress. Now, a lot of these big cards have Meditate, so I don't use a lot of them. Just giving you a heads up here. Meditate and Pushback. It's Meditate. I don't like it. Pushback. I love it. 5/7. It should be big enough to destroy anything anyway. This card, if you're running a dodge build, you have to have this one, is a 3/6 dodge and comes in guarding. I mean, you got to have it. It's 6 to dodge. That is, you put some equipment on this sucker. This sucker is the best, one of the best guarders in the game for dodge. This card, you have to have seen this card before. This card comes with a set. It is the best starter defensive card ever, period. It is the wall of crab. It is the seafood something wall. It's just a good card. All right. Silk Performer, Meditate. It's a big card. Meditate, I don't really like it. Late game, you can just leave yourself open to get attacked. High mana cost. I especially don't like it because they have high mana cost with Meditate. Meditate, because basically you're taking your whole turn into this card that does nothing right away. You need to have a lot of defense out on the board to use cards with Meditate this late in the game. You can't run an aggressive Zerg deck with this card in that deck. You're basically like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. I'm going to take a turn off here and think about it. But next turn, should there be a next turn, I'm going to get you. Slugger. Okay, so a 6/7/6 with Meditate is a million times worse than a 6/6 without Meditate. This Slugger is so much better than the Silk Performer. You're trading off 1 damage. Like it matters. You can attack right away. That does matter. Slugger is one of the best finishers in the game for the early set. The Rammer, Meditate, Tackle, Pushback. So much good stuff with that card. I hate the Meditate, but it's such a great card because it has so much stats. Hard to ignore. The Unstoppable. Whenever a warrior gains guard, deal 4 damage to it. That is pretty nasty. Anti-control card at 4/6. You find yourself going into a lot of control. You want to think about making this one. This one is nasty. This one is a great card if you're running a bunny deck. I want this card so bad. I just don't want to disenchant stuff and get it. I want this card. I want this card so bad. One day it shall be mine. I want the Bellhopper, and I want this card so bad. Alright. Thick Skull. Meditate, kick off, deal 3 damage, all warriors with guard. That is a really powerful anti-control deck card. Bardic Beetle. At the end of your turn, deploy. At the end of your turn, deploy 3/1 Jitterbug with Leap. That's great. I don't like the low health cost, but 3/1 with Leap is a game changer. Barrel Trust, immune to damage. 7 cost is really high for that. With Meditate, this is where Luigi's not gonna be probably too happy, but I can't see paying that much for a card with Meditate. Gushu, I hope I'm probably butchering that. This card is great. This is another one of the best legendaries. I wish I had it. I don't. Meditate, kick off, stun all of the warriors. Boom! You want to make sure if you have warriors on the board, you have attacked first. Generally, you want no warriors on the board because you just leave yourself for a counterattack. But this is like, hey, all you guys you're done. I'm going to have impetus of attack. It's basically setting up for the next turn. You're making sure that you stun them so they can't put creatures in defense for your next turn. So if you play Gushu or Gaoshu, you need to make sure your next turn is lethal. You want to say, okay, they're not going to put anything in defense. I'm just going to then go. Illustrious Innkeeper. This is a great card, but it's such a high cost. It's situational. Your warriors have +1/+1. It's just solid. Here come a bunch of legendaries that I do not have, but I'm going to give them my review anyway. Lifebringer. Immune to range damage, +2 to healing effects and range damage. It's a very good card. +2 to healing effects. Off the top of my head, I could see that it would be good in a Poe deck with a lot of Poe's healing. He has that one that heals 5. In this case, he'd heal 10. So in a Poe deck, he would be ridiculous in a Poe deck. Late game, making yourself draw out. Other than that, I don't know that he is great other than a big cost minion, and there's other better ones at 7. Master Croc is really good. Immune to damage from equipped warriors. Farewell, deal 5 to all enemy characters. I want this card so bad. It obliterates people. The 3/7, high health. You play in a lot of different situational techniques. You can attack, defend, and if they have a bunch of stuff on the board, you just destroy it with that. That is a tremendously powerful card, and one of the best legendaries in the game. I don't have it, so it makes me sad. Shadowhunter Wren, funny story, when I had my big pack opening, I got like 3 of them, and I disenchanted all of them. At the end of his turn, just play a 1/3 Hen Spouse. That's, if it was at the beginning of the turn, you could make it have defense. But at the end of the turn, you can't put that 1/3 Hen Spouse in defense, so it's just basically a useless card. That's the only reason I don't like it. If it was just at the beginning of the turn, I'd love this card so much more. But at 7 cost for a 3/6, at turn 3, I get a 3 cost 3/5. So I'm saving 4 mana for a Cold Tooth. That's, you know, that's 7 cost 8/6 with Meditate. Yes, big health, but it has Meditate, so I don't like it. This is a great card. Charging Cur. Spill over random enemy character. So that could go to the boss. 6/6. So you attack a little 2/2, 4 damage, and go to the boss or somebody else. Cosmo, Leap and Dodge. What a great card. 8 cost 4/5. It can go over defenses and dodge, hard to get rid of. Flame Eater, Meditate, Kickoff, chosen at random. All of the warriors have either blind, stun, or poison. That's not bad. And it's an 8/8. That's a great card. That's a game changer if you have some creatures on the board. That's a game changer. Especially if they get poison or stun. Master Thundering Rhino. Dodge, block, kickoff, guard. So he's a 4/7 that can dodge, and he has block, and he has guard. So the first time you hit him, if you hit him, he could just block it off and shrug it off. He is the wall of walls in Kung Fu Panda. That is the ultimate in Defender. That is the ultimate in Defender technology. That guy right there. Master Flying Rhino. That's Stunning Rhino. Bovine Believer. Swift, Farewell, deploy a 2/5 pack lever. That's not bad because it has Swift. It's a 4/8. It comes out on the board and it deploys a 2/5 pack leader, which I'm hoping is in Swift as well. And so it gives you a good legendary card. Chaos Tactician. Can attack or guard, range damage +3. No. Not too good. Sorry. It's just not good. Colossus can't be equipped. Furious +6 strength and swift. So I love this card. Are you kidding me? It's a 3/12 that you attack initially the enemy master. It becomes a 9/10 in guard. What? That is an amazing card. Howler, at the start of your turn, deploy a full metal Canis with tackle. Okay, that's good. The start of your turn, as opposed to Ren, which is the end of your turn, gives you something to do with tackle. It hits without getting taken damage. Master Storming Alex, Meditate, Kickoff, and Farewell. Stun 2 random enemy warriors. Yes, please. It stuns. Let's say they have 2 creatures in guard. When he comes into play, they're stunned. He attacks, does 7. He's a 7/1. And then if they kill him, and they probably will, then it's 2 more go back into stun. So you basically just neutralize 2 cards for a good long time. Jing Shui, Meditate, costs 2 less for each equipped warrior. That's just really tough to get him out. It's just really tough to get him out, honestly. You'd have to have like 3 or 4 warriors. Let's say you have 3 warriors that are on the board equipped, which is hard to do. He then costs 7. He's a 9/10. Solid, but I don't know. So that's a look at the second half of Kung Fu Panda Battle Destiny cards with mostly legendaries. We can go into the specific cards here in a second, and I think that's what we'll do in the next video. I think we're trying to break these down into smaller chunks here so we're not overwhelming everybody. So we're going to stop here and we're going to look at character-specific cards next.